Welcome back to day 2 of the Repurposing Series, where I'll show you a quick workflow for turning one clip into something fresh by adding a voiceover and clean captions. If you've been following along, hopefully you already made that Repurpose folder on your phone, because that little folder is absolutely life-saving. If you haven't paused this video right now, created one, and tossed your best long-form footage in there so you can find it fast. If you already did that, awesome. So go ahead and grab a clip you really like from that collection. For this demo, I'm using a quick behind-the-scenes clip of me working right in my living room. Nothing fancy at all. That's the whole point here. Content truly doesn't need to be studio perfect to be incredibly useful for your audience. The very first thing I always do when I bring a clip into any editor is immediately mute that raw camera audio. 9 times out of 10, the original audio is just too noisy, and it certainly doesn't tell the story you want to tell. So mute it, and then immediately start planning a short voiceover that clearly reframes the entire moment for your viewer. Think of that voiceover as the headline and the essential context for the clip, focusing on just one strong idea or one main takeaway. For example, I might say something like, "Don't let excuses stall your growth, because no studio means no problem. I filmed this right in my living room and still got a great session done." Keep it short, keep it human, and make sure it always sounds helpful to the person watching. If you are editing on your phone with a tool like CapCut or UCut, you can add that brand new voiceover track directly within the app. In CapCut, I usually tap audio, then voiceover, pick exactly where I want to start on the timeline, and simply record my take. If you happen to flub a line, please don't be ashamed to just delete it and re-record until it sounds perfect for you. If you accidentally leave a gap at the very start of the clip, you must split the clip and trim that empty space so the voiceover begins immediately. Those little polish moves like that truly make a huge difference in your overall watch-through rate, because nobody wants to wait through dead time at the top of a reel. After the voiceover is firmly in place, adding captions becomes the next non-negotiable step for engagement. Auto-captioning tools available today have gotten shockingly good, and they save you an enormous amount of valuable time. In many apps, you can use the auto-captions feature, export the transcription file, and then easily tweak any typos or timing errors. You absolutely must proofread everything, because while auto-captions are close, they are rarely, if ever, perfectly accurate. Next, style the captions carefully to perfectly match your overall brand aesthetic, which is crucial. Pick a font that is highly readable, then adjust the size and contrast. And don't forget to add a subtle shadow or stroke so the text really pops over any background. Pro tip: edit the first caption exactly how you want it, and then apply that same style to the rest of the clips. But uncheck Global Apply if you need to tweak individual lines for emphasis. Now we get to the part I always recommend. You have to be mindful of your final clip length to keep momentum. If your raw video is 20 seconds, but you only spoke for 11 seconds, you need to split the timeline and trim away all that excess footage. You can either cut out extra silent footage, or you can plug in another piece of clip or a quick cutaway shot to keep the energy really high. This could be another bit of B-roll, a reaction shot from another video, or even just a simple branded screen to give a visual break. The ultimate goal here is a tight, clear message, because short-form video thrives entirely on absolute precision. This is the exact point where so many talented creators get completely stuck in slow, manual workflows every single day. Editing every single clip by hand, doing all the captions one by one, naming files, exporting, and then scheduling, it just eats up so much time and mental energy. That is precisely why I love introducing tools like Vizard into this otherwise repetitive flow to help you automate. Vizard does not replace your essential creative decisions, but it really automates that heavy lifting that is totally repetitive. You upload your long video, and the AI smartly picks out the high engagement highlights and auto-edits them into short, ready-to-go clips. It even generates suggested captions and initial hooks for you, which is a massive time saver. Instead of you manually scrubbing for the best 10 to 30-second moments, Vizard surfaces the moments that are statistically most likely to actually land well with your audience. Let's give a few honest comparisons, so you can see exactly where these different tools sit in the editing ecosystem. CapCut is awesome for those hands-on creative tweaks, like recording a voiceover or applying very granular caption styling and fun visual effects. Instagram's in-app editor is convenient for a super quick post, but its caption tools and regional features can be really inconsistent depending on where you are located. Then you have the more expensive desktop solutions that do advanced editing, but they often come with steep learning curves and pricing that isn't friendly for small creators. Vizard sits in that sweet spot for creators who really want automation without ever losing that critical creative control over the final product. It auto-detects those best highlights so you stop wasting time hunting for them, produces ready-to-post clips, and integrates scheduling with a content calendar. This lets you batch upload and even lets the AI auto-schedule based on your preferred posting cadence across platforms. That means you get to focus all your energy on recording great messages, while the platform handles that repetitive export and schedule loop for you. It also gives you really easy ways to tweak those suggested clips, so you can keep your authentic voice and tone and not feel generic. A practical workflow I highly recommend involves batch recording your voiceovers or new intros for several clips at once. Then, upload your long videos to Vizard. Let it generate the clips and quickly review, swapping in your custom voiceover or editing captions as needed. Use the content calendar to drop those finished clips in, and then set your required posting frequency for the week. For an extra special touch, you can always export one clip to CapCut for that final polish, adding unique fonts or graphics, and then re-uploading it back into the calendar. This hybrid approach, AI first with a final human polish, gets you high volume without ever sacrificing your overall quality standards. Back to the on-device approach for those who firmly prefer a phone-only workflow. Once your VO and captions are ready, preview it full screen and listen for the overall flow. If your voiceover track is sounding slightly low, just raise that track volume slider up a bit to compensate for any recording issues. And if the auto-captions put a weird line break in the middle of a sentence or use incorrect capitalization, make sure you fix it immediately. Use style elements like a stroke, shadow, or a background block very sparingly, because overly flashy captions make content much harder to read quickly. The less mental energy the viewer needs to spend thinking about simple readability, the more time they will actually spend watching your content. When you move this content over to Instagram, the process is similar, but be aware of a few platform-specific quirks that pop up. Tap the plus icon to create a new reel, select your organized Repurpose folder, and then import the final polished clip you prepared. Then, navigate to the audio controls to mute that original camera sound and import your clean, professionally recorded voiceover track there. Instagram has a built-in voiceover and trimming tool too, but remember that feature availability often varies significantly based on your specific region. If the native caption option is totally missing in your account, there are reliable workarounds like using certain filters for caption-like overlays. Another option is to export the video with burned-in captions already applied from your dedicated editing app, and then upload that finished version. It's admittedly less elegant than native captions, but that method guarantees the message is visible no matter what. One critical thing I absolutely need to underline is that captions, in any form, are simply not optional for reaching your audience. Most people scroll and watch content with the sound completely off, so captions are often the only difference between a scroll and a meaningful tap. Even if Instagram gives you a native caption toggle, I still strongly prefer editing them myself or using Vizard's output for superior cleanliness and platform consistency. Also remember that powerful storytelling absolutely matters more than just raw footage, so don't just slap a voiceover on something random. Use the voiceover to retell or actively reframe the original story. What happened, why it actually mattered, and what the viewer should do next. A quick, relatable narrative always beats out a simple collection of cold, hard facts any day of the week. For instance, I couldn't book a studio that day, so I winged it in my living room. The session went fine, the client was happy, and we scaled the project successfully. If you are currently waiting for some theoretical perfection, trust me, you are just waiting forever for content to go out. That's precisely how you make a single clip feel both deeply relatable and immediately actionable for your community. If you've tried other auto editors, you've probably noticed trade-offs. Many charge too much, or the clips they make start feeling completely generic. Vizard's sweet spot is finding that perfect automation that still leaves all the important creative control right in your own hands. Plus, the integrated scheduling and content calendar is a genuine time saver for creators who post consistently across multiple different channels. Compare that to doing absolutely everything manually in CapCut and then having to post each file individually. That works when you have time, but not when you want consistency. Before we wrap up this deep dive, here are a few quick, tactical tips to make your next batch even better. First, always keep a short script or a bulleted list handy for every voiceover, so you naturally avoid any rambling. Second, batch similar tasks together. Record all your voiceovers in one sitting, then upload everything and let the AI do its work. Third, use that content calendar to visualize your entire posting rhythm, because consistency will always beat randomness in the long run. Fourth, if a platform's native caption feature isn't available to you, bake those captions right into the video file before upload so the message is always present. And finally, monitor which clips perform best and actively teach the AI by favoring similar edits in all your future uploads for better results. Alright, that covers the basic loop. Pick a clip, mute the raw audio, add a tight voiceover, generate captions, trim precisely, and then post it out. If you want to scale this process significantly, bring Vizard into the workflow for automation. but the hands-on tools still get the job done if you prefer that style. Either way you choose to work, the ultimate goal remains the same. Reuse your great content more frequently and tailor the story for the specific platform and audience. Drop a comment below and tell me what clip you decided to repurpose, or which tool you actually prefer using for this part of the process. I love checking those out and giving quick personal feedback whenever I can see what you are creating. And don't forget to come back tomorrow for day 3, where I will walk you through adding creative text overlays and title cards that actually make people stop scrolling.